Hey everybody, Mike Lejeune here with another edition of the Weekly Business Journal. And if you're not familiar with this is only episode 2, and you're going to see these evolve over time. We got some really cool plans for just doing a little bit more with the cameras and things like that. So you're going to see some really cool stuff. This is just one of those things where, when you want to get something done that's really cool, you sometimes just need to take a couple of steps. So it's kind of what this video is a little bit about today. And what I want to do in the Weekly Business Journal is I want to give you some insight into what's going on behind the scenes in our business, because a lot of people see our business on the surface and just see how well put together we are and that sort of thing, and I guess it can look effortless. And so I wanted to kind of give you some of the background of what it takes to go into all of those kind of things, so that it's not just, it's so easy for Mike and Josh to put this stuff together and get things done and just make stuff happen. And so this will give you some really good insights into how we do what we do. And so this week was really packed. I'm actually in the middle of reviewing some new software and video editing tools out there. So I've taken a look at some really cool tools that are out there just to see if we could do anything better. We've been using Pinnacle Studio and Movavi to do a lot of the video editing, and now I'm looking at a couple of new tools. If I choose those, I will let you guys know what they are. So if you choose to do video, you'll kind of know what we're using. But there's some really cool stuff out there. One of the ones I am reviewing, I'll just let you know what that is DaVinci Resolve. They have a whole suite of stuff. It looks really, really cool, but I'm not sure which way I'm going to go. And I'll be even looking at, do we go with a Mac or a PC and get a new video system for that kind of stuff. But, that's just one decision we have going on in our business. Another one that a lot of you are probably seeing this in the government contracting space. This is something that's really, really common, especially when you're smaller. And I say smaller, I think companies that are under 10 million really experience this stuff a lot. And it's kind of the growing pains. One of the really cool things is we're busier now than we have been in 10 years in our business. So we just recently passed at the time of this recording, we just passed the 10-year mark in our business. And Josh and I are always saying, hey, the business is busier than it's ever been. We have clients pinging us on our website, through email, through LinkedIn, different places. It's like they're just coming out of the woodworks. And part of that is a lot of the groundwork we've been laying. And one of the things that's really working well for us is we launched a new website a few months ago, and the forums on the website, the look and feel of the website, are just making a massive difference in how people respond to us. So one of the things you can look at with your website is if you're not getting the responses that you want out of it, maybe it has something to do with the design, the look and feel, basically, or maybe it's the information that you have in the website where people are either not sure what to do next, or they're not sure what you do. I mean, that's definitely a challenge that we saw, just kind of cleaning that up. But a big thing that we launched in the new website, the Arson Federal website, was contact forms all over the place, and applications, if you will, where people can apply to come on under like our breakthrough coaching or our fast track program or whatever it may be, or our workshops, any of that kind of stuff. There's forms everywhere. And I know initially when you're looking at your website, you may, nobody ever uses those. People use those all the time, because a lot of times people would rather pop some information in there instead of actually getting on the phone and calling you, or even emailing and getting into that kind of conversation, or they can just hop on a forum even if they're on the phone, and they're on their phone and they just pop in the information, boom, send it off, and then they wait back for a reply from you. So the forums are going crazy for us. We're getting a lot of responses, and like I said, it's like clients are just coming out of the woodwork, which is awesome. We had the new book launch. We hit #1 on Amazon's bestseller. That kind of catapulted some more traction. Josh is speaking at a ton of conferences this year. I think there's 10 between now and the middle of June. So there's all kinds of stuff that we have going there. So it's a really, really busy year for us. And here's the kind of the core piece of this video, the challenge that we see as a small business, the challenge a lot of you are probably seeing as government contractors, is you only have so much bandwidth. you only have so much bandwidth as a business, as individuals. And in our business, we've broken it out where Josh and I, we're the two principals in the company, and the managing partner and the partner. And so people want to work with us. That's all they want to work with. And so we get that. We totally get that. But there's only two of us, right? And so how do we balance people working with us and getting what they want with us being able to grow the company? And so one of the things that you're going to see a lot more of is us offering one-to-many solutions. Most of our solutions are like one-to-one. Federal access is a one-to-many. A lot of people can jump in federal access, and we can have hundreds of thousands of members, and it's really just based on the support that we provide. We're creating the same amount of content whether we have 2 members or 2 million members. It doesn't matter. We're creating a lot of the same content. But it can service a lot of people for us. So that's one great way you can do this type of thing. And you can have your dogs who bust in the middle of a video, and maybe they can do some work. Max and Ruby here don't do a whole lot else around the business, so they just kind of sleep all day. So maybe that's their job. But the thing for us this year has been looking at how do we do more one-to-many things. Instead of doing just one-on-one workshops, how do we launch group workshops where we can bring in 20, 30, 50, 100 business owners at a time and get real value? Because the one thing we wanted to do that's different, I'll say different than our competition. I'm not trying to knock anybody that's out there, but what I've seen in the past from people is when they do like a one-to-many type event where you have 50 businesses in a room, the companies get less attention and they don't get the value that they really need to get out of there. Like they can't customize it to them. It's no fault of their own. It's just the model of one-to-many. And so for us, we didn't want to launch a product like that would be less value. So we wanted to make it huge value, but still one-to-many. And so that's something that's in the works right now. And so you'll see us talking more about these group workshops that we're going to be doing. And we want to do them in fun locations too. So we're looking at some fun locations. So it's not just going away for a workshop. You're actually going away for a mini vacation either before or after the workshop. And it's a fun thing for you to do. So there's some really cool stuff around that I think you guys are really going to like. So some really interesting stuff that we're working on right now. But solving that problem is at the core of what we're doing. And so how can you work on expanding your capabilities when you only have so many people? You only have so many hours in the week. How do you get to expand your capabilities? How can you serve more clients? How can you grow your company when, again, there's only so many hours, there's only so much you or your partners or your main team. There's only so much of you at one time. And so some of the ideas we've been kicking around besides the group workshop is working closer with some of our strategic partners. A lot of some of our strategic partners out there, whether it's Govology or someone else, great folks, a wealth of information and talent. How do we utilize those folks better? In your business, who are your partners? Not only just your teaming partners, but who are the people that are kind of like your trusted inner circle in your business? Who are those people? And how can you bring them to help service more of your clients? How can you break down your business in a way that will allow you to bring more of your team on board? How can you elevate the status of the rest of your team so that it's not just, say, you as the owner or one of the main partners, but now people want to work with your web lead or your project manager or your whatever. They desire that person as much as anything. And so one of those strategies that I've seen is really kind of breaking away from this concept that only one person can write books, write articles, and do videos, and get more people involved. Get more people involved in that, making them subject matter experts, making them influencers in the market on social media and those sort of things. So how can you do that in your business? And if you are running up against that, share those stories below. If you don't want to share the story below this video in a comment, shoot me an email. I'd love to hear how, you're dealing with this challenge. If you're not dealing with this challenge very well, I'd love to hear about that too. What are your struggles when it comes to servicing more clients with the resources you have? Because there is this weird chicken and an egg where like you're trying to grow but you can't quite hire. You want to do these new cool things, but you're not quite sure, or you don't have the time. That's really the big one for a lot of people. A lot of people want to be in front of the camera or want to be, doing different speaking events or whatever it may be, or creating new tools or documents or training or whatever, webinars, but they don't have the time because they're servicing clients. We get in this trap where all we're doing is kind of running around in a circle servicing clients. So how are you dealing with that kind of stuff? So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you want us to talk about in these weekly business journals, but hopefully they'll bring you some really great insight and tips, again, into the back end of our business and what it takes to kind of bring that and deliver it to the market, and let you know that we're real, just like you. We're experiencing some of the same things. We experience all the same, growing pains, that sort of stuff. The cool thing is, we've been around 10 years. We'll be around for many, many years to come. Most companies don't ever make it to 2 or 3 years, and here we are 10 years into the business. We're excited about that. We're excited about our future. We're excited about hearing from you, and I'm excited about watching this vlog, if you will, whatever you want to call it, this weekly business journal. I'm excited about watching this evolve into kind of the vision I have for it. So it's really simple right now because that's what kind of time I have on my hands. But as we start to grow, we're going to be doing some really cool things in it. So keep your eyes out on this. Again, comment below with your thoughts on not only this video, but your thoughts on the struggles that I've been talking about, how you grow, how you serve more people, that kind of thing with a limited staff or whatever it may be. And please hit the subscribe button. We want to make more videos, and the best way to do that is to get more participation from you. So hit the subscribe button. You'll be notified that there's new videos out there and all that kind of things. And it just helps us in the ranking so that more people get exposed to the videos. So thanks. Have a great week this week, and we'll talk next week.